Hello dear students, I am Kiran, TGT Science from KV School, Sasaram. Today we are going to study about life processes part 2nd. In the previous part we have discussed nutrition and respiration. Now in this part we will discuss how the transportation occurs in human being and plants. Transportation. We have to know why the transportation is so necessary for the living organism. As in your earlier classes, you have studied that blood transport food, oxygen and waste material in our body. So it help in the transport of the substance from one place to another place inside the human body. A human circulatory system consists of a heart, which is called the pumping organ. Second is the blood vessels. Blood vessels are the arteries and veins. Then blood and lymph. It is the circulatory medium by which the circulations occur. As we know, the blood is the connective tissues. It consists of the blood corpuscles and plasma. Blood corpuscles, there are the three types: RBCs, blood platelets, and WBC. WBC means white blood corpuscles. RBC's function is to carry the oxygen and carbon dioxide. It contain hemoglobin, which impart the red color to the RBCs. Platelets help in the blood clotting, and WBC provide the body a defense mechanism by which it engulfs the germs and produce the antibodies. And second component of blood is plasma. Plasma is a yellow color fluid contain 90% of water and 10% of organic substances like plasma proteins like as albumin, globulin, inorganic minerals, ions. In previous slide we have studied about the circulatory system of human consists of the heart, blood and blood vessels. Blood have been discussed in the previous slide. Now we will discuss about blood vessels. There are mainly two type of blood vessels: arteries and veins. Arteries thick-walled vessels which carry oxygenated blood from heart to different organ. They have the thick wall because they have to pump blood to the whole body. Pulmonary artery is only exception because it carries the oxygenated blood from heart to lung, while veins are thin-walled blood vessels which carry deoxygenated blood from different organ to heart. It have the thin wall. There is an exception, pulmonary veins, because they carry the oxygenated blood from lung to heart. Third is capillary. Capillary are the blood vessels which have single cell wall. It, it is the smallest vessel. Heart. Heart is a muscular organ which composed of cardiac muscles. Human heart consists of the four chamber. As in this picture you can see there are the four chamber of heart, that is the left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium and right ventricle. The oxygenated blood contained in ventricles, and from left ventricle the blood is pumped to the whole the body, and the oxygenated blood is present in right ventricle. During the pumping of the blood by the heart, we use two terms, systole and disystole. Systole means contraction of the cardiac muscle, while disystole means relaxation of the cardiac muscles. As we have studied about the different chamber of heart, now we will study how the blood circulate in our heart. As oxygenated blood enter into the left atrium, From left atrium, it passes to left ventricle, and from left ventricle by the aorta, it goes to whole the body parts, and then from the whole body parts, deoxygenated blood from the body collect by the vena cava, and it goes to right atrium. From right atrium, it passes to right ventricle, and from right ventricle the blood passes to lungs for the oxygenation. Thus the blood circulate in the heart. You have observed that maximum people talk about the blood pressure. You know what is the blood pressure? Now we will know about the what is the blood pressure. Blood pressure means the force that blood exerts against the wall of the vessel is called blood pressures. The normal systolic pressure is about 120 mmol and diastolic pressure is 80 mm of mercury. Now, the instrument used to measure the blood pressure is called sphygmomanometer. Double circulation. Double circulation means when the blood passes twice through the heart in a complete cycle of the body. In this picture, you can see the blood pass 2 times through the heart. There are the two type of circulation. First is pulmonary circulation. In pulmonary circulation, blood moves from heart to lungs and back to heart. While in the systemic circulation, blood moves from heart to rest of the body and back to heart. Double circulation present mainly in the higher organism, as there is a separate chamber for oxygenated and deoxygenated blood, while in the lower organism such as the reptiles and fishes there are the 3 and 2 chamber respectively. In the fish there is the 2 chamber. In the heart there is the mixing of the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood, so there is the single circulation, while in the mammals and birds there is the double circulation. Now the last topic of this transportation is lymph. Lymph is the other type of the fluid also involves in transportation. It is a yellowish fluid that escapes from blood capillaries into intercellular spaces. This fluid is collected through lymph vessels and finally returned to blood capillaries. Lymph also plays important role in immune system. As we have studied about the transportation in the human, now we will study transportation in the plant, how the transportation of the materials in plant occurs. As you know, in the earlier classes you have studied about the xylem and phloem, which help into the transportation of the liquids and food in the plants. First is phloem. Phloem have the 4 type of the cells: seed tubes, companion cell, phloem fibers, and phloem parenchyma are the component of these tissues. It is responsible for the translocation of foods from leaves to other parts. Its flow of food is bidirectional. Translocation is in the phloem is achieved by the utilization of the ATP energy in the form of ATP. Second tissue is xylem. Xylem consists of the 4 type of the cell named vessels, tracheids, xylem parenchyma, and xylem fibers. It helps in transport of the water and minerals from root to the top of the tree through the root pressure and by transpiration pull. Its flow of the water and nutrients are only in unidirectional, while in case of the phloem it was the bidirectional, and in case of the translocation in the xylem mainly by the simple physical forces, there is no need of the energy. Okay, with this the transportation complete. Thank you.